What you're trying to figure out is how much you can actually make as a high ticket closer. So that is exactly what we're going to discuss today. If you're someone who works in corporate and you make at least over $3,000 a month, or you're a mechanic or a tradesperson, you are a great candidate for a high ticket closer. And the reason why is you actually have skills in the marketplace and you've learned to communicate. That's really the only requirements that you need. Now you're trying to figure out, I hate my job. How do I actually replace that with a remote income that I can work from anywhere and get warm leads onto my calendar? So if that speaks to you, this video is directly for you. So make sure to watch it all the way to the end. I'm going to show you the steps on how much you can actually make. So the first step here in determining how much you can make is determining what industry you actually want to sell in. And what I mean by this is different industries actually make different amounts. And I'll give you an example. What are the top industries right now? We have the dating space. We have B2B services. So like recruiting, like implementation of systems, which could also sort of go with AI as well. We have trading bots. Those are really big right now, especially with how much AI stuff is coming out. So these are the top industries. So what you want to do is look at your life and think what actually interests you most. Maybe it's none of these. Maybe you just want to do fitness because you're like a big like gym guy, okay? If you're really passionate about the industry that you ultimately want to be in and sell for, man, it's going to help you out so much because you're going to be able to actually tell the prospect from past experience, hey, I went through same struggles as you. I know what exactly you're talking about. And it's going to help you sell the fitness program. So for me, it wasn't a trading bot, but it was a trading offer that I actually started out with, and it crushed because I love investing. I love the actual markets and just in general growing your wealth passively and as quick as possible, obviously. So once you figured out which industry you want to take calls. Okay, so what I mean by this is you're going to have your Google Calendar. So this is your calendar here. Usually at a traditional job, they're going to say, I expect you to show up at 7 a.m. and your work hours are going to be from, 9 to 5, 8 to 4, whatever it is. And they have an expectation. This is different because what's happening is leads can book onto your calendar theoretically 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. So this allows all time zones from Eastern all the way to Pacific time zone to book onto your calendar. So you could literally have your calendar open from like 7 a.m. all the way down to like 7 p.m. Or what you could do is you could set your calendar. Let's say you want your mornings, you live in Florida, you want to go to the beach, you want to enjoy your morning. So you want to start working at 10 a.m. and then you want to work until 6 p.m. Or let's say on the Pacific coast, let's say you're in California, Oregon. Let's say you want to start working at 6 a.m., which is actually more like 9 a.m. Eastern, and you work 6 a.m. until, let's say you work till 1 p.m. every day. You get to pick your schedule. And this is the coolest thing, is that leads will book onto your calendar when it works best for them. So the best thing to do is, and your manager is going to do this, is they're kind of going to slot in, this is going to be closer to, and you can see how they each interlap. So it leaves a full day of availability. And this is the coolest thing about high ticket closing, is it's warm leads set to your calendar. These leads are pre-qualified and they want the product that you are selling. You just need to answer their questions, get them over the board. And this is going to help you actually determine how much you're going to make. And I'm going to get into that in a second. So warm leads, pre-qualified calls, you pick your own schedule. And not only that, but you also have 10 to 15% commission depending on what offer you're on and what the company is. But I've seen the average being like between 10 to 15%, just depending. Okay, so now that you have your hours picked, so let's say you're going to work from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So we'll do a new slide here, just nice and simple. So you're going to work 10 to 6 p.m. Okay, nice, easy schedule. During this time, let's say you have availability to take 8 1-hour call slots. Okay. Out of those 8 call slots, let's say you have 7 bookings and then you work, let's say 4 days per week. Now bear with me, I'm getting to it because this is pretty sweet. Okay, 7 booking slots times 4 days per week. This equals 28 calls total for the week. Okay, so with 28 calls, the average closing percentage is 25% close rate. So this would mean that you would close, oh gosh, I'm not the best math here, 7 deals. Okay, so the average deal is 5K in this space because coaches will sell programs between 3 to 10,000. So now we grab $5,000 and then we times that by 7. Don't worry, you're not going to be getting paid 5,000 times 7, but that's the overall revenue. Let me just do the calculation here. Okay, so that is $35,000 in revenue that you did. So great job. You did $35,000. You essentially worked part-time because you only work 4 days a week. And you could obviously play around the numbers if you want to work full-time, if you want to work 7 days a week. It's all interchangeable. So that's the cool piece. So now we grab your commission. So that would be commission would equal for that week, 3,500. And then we'd times this by 4 weeks. And this would equal 12,000, so that'd be $14,000. Okay, so that would be your take home. So you can see really quickly how lucrative the high ticket sales space is if you actually have the right training and you're on the right offer, because you could make a killing. This is working 4 days, 10 to 6. You have 8 call booking slots. You have 7 calls, 4 days per week. That's 28 calls in the week, 25% close rate, 7 deals closed, average deal 5,000. Revenue, and then that is your commission. So it's very, very simple, guys. And this isn't rocket science. This is why I break it down, because most people just don't do the math behind it. And they're like, how can you actually earn like $10,000 a month working remotely? It's simple. The education space in universities and colleges don't teach people how to make money. They don't teach people the stuff that they actually need to learn with growing their wealth, understanding how businesses run. So what happens is people leave college and they're not satisfied with their career. They're making 50, 60 grand. They work in corporate after 8, 9, 10 years. They're like, man, I've barely advanced in my life. What am I doing? I need to do something different because I don't want to live my whole life like this. They come to coaches and agencies to help them learn this valuable information, and they pay them a high ticket price because they're paying for a service. So that is where the price comes into play. From there, when they want to buy this product, what happens is they find the creator either through YouTube, Instagram, X, they can find them through TikTok, or they can find them through an ad like a Meta ad, YouTube ad, that sort of thing. From there, all of these traffic sources, once the creator's making content, gets funneled to a VSL. On the VSL, I just realized I didn't switch the page, but bear with me. That is where you're going to watch a short video. So it's a video sales letter. And if they like what they see, they're going to book a call with you. This is who they book a call with. So we just did the example where you have your open availability on your calendar, right? 7 bookings per day. And so this is where the calls come from. It's people who found someone online either through an ad and they go in. From there, you close 25% of these people, and that's how you actually collect the revenue for the business, and you get a cut of that, which is your commission. And I've done a lot of different sales. I've done door-to-door, I've done car sales, I've done solar panel sales. This by far is the easiest way to actually get into an industry where people are warm leads onto your calendar, which is amazing. You wake up, you roll out of bed, you come to your calendar, and you start sitting on the phone, talking to these people, really good conversation, closing them, bada boom, bada bang. Okay, so now that you can see how the actual funnel flows, now we'll walk through how much you can actually earn in a year. So if we just do that math on a part-time, so 4 days per year, math example, and then we do that times by 4 weeks, that gave us $14,000 in commission per month. Now, the cool thing, we got that 14,000 and then we times that by 12 months, that is $168,000 in commission for 1 year working 4 days on a part-time schedule. So you can see how you make a freaking killing on this stuff. And this is exactly how I earned over $500,000. That's not really a good 5, but $500,000 in 2 years was just like this. And the cool thing is, like, I'm not just pulling these numbers out of my butt here. I spend half of every week with my daughter, hanging out with friends. And the other half is when I work, and I typically work all day. So this is what I did for the past 2 years to earn $500,000. So if you're like, I don't know if it's possible, I don't know if I could do it. Yes, it is possible. So here are the exact steps that I want you to do. And these are actionable steps. Now, you have to understand that there are 2 paths. Here's path number 1, and here's path number 2. Okay, path number 1 is your solo path. So it's if you want to do it on your own and you want to break into it, and that's fine. So that's fine. So here is the steps to that. The first step is you're going to want to actually look at free YouTube training. Okay, so just like you're doing now, binge my videos, go through, learn as much as you can. That's great. Okay. Number 2 is you're going to want to do cold outreach on Instagram, and you're going to be sending people a Loom video. Please do not send me a bunch of Loom videos. I recruit people like in my group, but I don't just like take people who aren't trained. But this does work. So you can go to a business owner that you know on Instagram, DM them a Loom of you, and go through a value proposition saying, hey, I saw your funnel. I actually really like it. And I actually want to book a sales calls with you. I actually want to like take your product because I love what you're teaching. So kudos to that. But what I noticed is this one or two areas can be fixed, and I can help you fix it through a higher close rate, all that stuff. Now, obviously, you don't want to be wasting the business owner's time. Like, you actually want to have the validity that you can help them in something, but that's how you do it. And then you can start out. So typically you want to do 20 to 30 sniper cold. And if you don't know what that is, I have another video on my channel that goes through in depth how to like create the actual video, what to say, how to reach out to them, so they respond, all that good stuff. Okay. So that's path number one, doing it by yourself. Path number two is a lot more simple. You work with us. So me and my team, what we did was we put together a program that gets you trained and placed within 30 days. And we actually have a guarantee behind that. So if you're not trained and placed within 30 days, then you get your money back. It's very simple. We're incentivized to get you trained. We want to make sure that you're successful, and we put that within 30 days. We've had lots of students who get trained and placed within 7 days, less than 14 days. That's very common. But what we're saying is our average time frame is below 30 days. That's what we're saying. Okay. So step number one with this is you're going to take the training course that we prepared. It's over 20 hours of content, and it walks you through exactly how to learn the pitch, how to learn how to deal with prospects, pass the interview, all that good stuff. It's very simple. You don't need experience in sales. You just need to be able to communicate with someone, which is why we really do good helping people that come from the corporate world or like a car mechanic or in the trades, and they're good with communication. They've had jobs before full time, and they're making at least $3,000 a month because then they understand what work is all about. Okay, so with the role plays, you're going to do some with me. So you're going to do 6 role plays with me, and then you're also going to do 3 role plays with other members. This is super important because I'm going to review your calls. I'm going to make sure you're saying the right stuff and you're on the right track. You don't want to be the first time you do a role play with someone doing an interview with you because that's just super awkward. You want to get the jitters out. So this allows you to do 9 different role plays. And the last step is you get placed. It's very simple. So if you want that second path, we can help you with that. Just click the link below, apply to join the team. Or if you want to do it yourself, that's totally fine too. But I just want to draw this example up for you guys to understand how much you can actually make, not even working like full-time like a crazy person, but just a realistic schedule. So a realistic amount is $168,000 to make. Can you make a lot more? Yes. Did I earn a lot more? Absolutely. But we're talking about a normal person coming from a job and having a really good commission, really good hours that they're working totally remote, and warm leads set to the calendar. So if that really interests you to get placed and trained by me, click the link down below. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.